The day, fact of 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 the day. Okay, you get the idea.
Hello, hi, and welcome to Fact Today with me, Mark Lotsu, Science of Game of Thrones, Volume 1. Here's 3 quick facts about Game of Thrones and the science behind it. They include swords made from fallen stars, Khal Drogo and Viserys, and also our classic Hodor. So first of all, there's a guy called Sir Arthur of the Kingsguard. He's one of the flashback characters, and he had a sword called Dawn, and Dawn was made from a fallen star. What does that mean? That means from a meteorite. Have any swords been made from meteorites? Yes, that's an actual thing that happens. Meteorites obviously come from space, boom, hit the earth, and one of the things they're made up of is iron, so they extract the iron and use them to make swords. There's a Japanese swordsmith called Yoshindo Yoshiwara who's made a sword called Tentetsuo and from a meteorite. Also, Tutankhamun, you know him, the old classic Egyptian. He was buried with a meteorite dagger, and the Russian Tsar Alexander was also said to have a sword made from meteorite metal. Khal Drogo and Viserys. So you remember the scene. If you haven't seen it, then just skip this bit. Khal Drogo and Viserys. Remember the scene. Pours the molten gold over him, and then his head goes clunk as it hits the ground. Has that ever happened? Yes, it has happened in the past. In 1599, there's a Spanish governor, and he was taxing the Javara Indians of Ecuador and Peru for gold. Like, more gold, more gold, more gold. In the end, they were like really annoyed with this. They went and captured him. They got him on his knees, mouth open, wide open, and they poured molten gold down his throat. It caused his cells to burst. Steam was produced, ruptured his organs. Horrible, horrible way to die. And that was a method of torture and death that was used a fair bit around those times, actually, from all that I can find. And last but by no means least, Hodor, who can only say the word Hodor, and there's reasons behind that, but I'll let you find out if you don't know already. He had a condition called expressive aphasia, and how he got that condition, again, you need to find out for yourselves. In 1861, there was a French surgeon called Pierre-Paul Broc, and he had a patient called Louis-Victor Leboeuf, butchered that name. And he could only say the word tan, and they weren't sure why, and the reason behind it whilst he's alive. So then when he died, they autopsied him and found he had damage to his frontal lobe, and that's now known as the Broca area. So this will be why Hodor can only say the word Hodor, 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 because he had damage to his frontal lobe. That is the first volume of Science for Game of Thrones. Thanks for your time. If you enjoyed it, please hit like, please subscribe. See you later. Love you, bye. Love you, bye. Love you, bye.